YouTube family, welcome back. If you're brand new here, I'm Devin on Deck, and this is a series where I go over all my pickups from the previous month. So since we're in October, I'm gonna go over everything that I got in September. So not only do you get to see what I'm looking at for the fall winter season when it comes to clothes, shoes, and accessories, we get a little bit more up close and personal. I got a brand new fragrance I wanna show y'all, a nice cologne, and tech, which I actually haven't gone over in a long time. And at the very end, I got some updates for On Deck, which as you guys know, is my creative studio where I collab with other brands to make shoes, clothes, etc. and my own stuff as well. So I got a lot of updates for you, a lot of stuff to go over, so just get comfortable. Let's hang out for a little. Now starting off with clothing, during my trip to New York last month, I got a chance to stop by Kith and pick up a few pieces from their Wilson collab. This first one is a crew neck sweater. It's a nice medium weight cable knit with the Wilson times Kith embroidery on the chest and green stripes on the ribbing at the wrist as well as the bottom hem. This next one is a crew neck sweater, also white as you can see. You have the Racket Crew patch right there on the chest. Very similar to the sweater, you have a green and khaki stripe on the ribbing at the hem as well as the wrist. And finally you have this vintage wash tee. The print you're looking at is a vintage ad from Wilson from the 80s I believe. And speaking of vintage tees, that brings us to our next brand, Represent, where I picked up two of their vintage tees from their latest drop called Horsepower. They both have the serpent on the shirt, the giant gothic font that says Represent, and they both have that aged vintage look to them. And next I want to show y'all my favorite piece from their entire collection, and that is the tailored pant. Now from afar, they look like your basic dress pant. Definitely a straight leg cut, but the details are when these get interesting. Now on one hand, you look at the back pockets, they're welts as you would expect on a dress pant, as well as all the details around the fly, and it's exactly what you would expect. But on the other hand, the fabric feels like a fine twill, but has the stretch and weight of a pair of jeans. And then you look at the front pockets, and you got this dope zipper that feels very streetwear, and then a hidden zipper on each of the ankles. So now when you put the pants on, they fall better over sneakers. And they're perfect for somebody like me who likes to have one thing that's convertible for different situations. And last but not least from Represent, one of the trends that I'm seeing from the fall winter season is this puffer vest. It's a very soft outer shell, actual real down feathers on the inside, fits great on the body. I love the custom zipper pull detail with the subtle R in there, and you can never go wrong with the inside pocket. Now while we're on the topic of vests, I took a little risk with this next one. This one came from COS, and as you can see, it's a very cropped vest. And if you look at the details, you can see it was inspired by a life jacket. That's exactly what it looks like. And I know, it looks kind of ridiculous in my hand, but when I put it on, it also looks really ridiculous. But hear me out here, okay? Now I'm gonna change real quick, and I want you to see this with the outfit I have in mind, okay? Imagine something like this, where all the rest of the colors are dark and subtle, and this is like the one pop of color you have. I feel like it can be a vibe. I know it's a little weird, but I wanted to push myself with a bright color and something that I just wouldn't normally wear. And another pop of color, also from COS, is this mohair sweater. It's super soft to the touch, a little itchy when you put it on though, but I'm absolutely in love with this gradient. From brown to burgundy to that hot fiery red at the top. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna wear with this yet, but I'm seeing this piece taking me all the way through winter. Now moving on to accessories, I got 3 new crossbody bags. This first one I want to show you is from COS. It's all black as you can see, and it also has waterproof zippers, which gives it a bit of that tech wear functionality. And inside the main compartment attached to the inside is a key ring, which allows fast and easy access to whatever you hook to. This olive green one is from a Japanese luggage brand called Porter. The entire outer is made of premium nylon. You have antique brass hardware and that bright orange lining that kind of reminds me of a classic bomber jacket. And just like the COS bag, you have the easy access hook. This off-white bag is from a brand called July. I literally found it just Googling white crossbody bag because I wanted something to wear with lighter outfits. It only has one compartment, but it's still just as useful, and it's a bit more compact than the other two. So next, let's talk about shoes. Now, usually I got some sneakers to show y'all or a pair of boots or something like that, but last month I didn't get either. So in this case, we're talking the Fear of God slides. They're made of extra light foam material, and they're basically like sleek, modern, minimal Crocs. That's the best way I can explain it. You see the silhouette is very streamlined. They definitely fit my style, if you guys know how I dress, and they just feel like a little bit more sophisticated and artfully made foam slide. The comfort level on these is 10 out of 10. They're the most affordable thing you'll get on the Fear of God website. I think they're like $180, which isn't bad for a designer pair of footwear made in Italy. As a fair warning though, they do run big. Okay, so I wear a size 11 and these I got a size 10. That is a 42 on the Fear of God chart. So just giving you a heads up on that. Now for the grooming section, I got 2 new colognes I want to tell y'all about. The first fragrance is from Byredo. It's called Mojave Ghost, and it's much more of the kind of fragrance that I usually get, which is like warm, a little bit of sweetness to it, but mostly like fresh and crisp. Those are the ones that work really well for my body odor, my natural smell. And I have another fragrance that's a bit out of my comfort zone, and it's called Viking by Creed. Now this has very strong wood and citrus notes with a hint of leather, so very manly. The projection is ridiculous. You only need a little bit of this to put on. It'll last you all day. And so far my wife likes it, so that's all I really care about. So as far as anime goes, I'm only watching one right now, and that is My Hero Academia. I'm current with the new episodes that have been coming out, which means that I've put Evangelion on hold. The one that I started a couple months ago. It's been really depressing and like a sad anime, and as you guys know, I've been dealing with anxiety. I need things that are upbeat, and My Hero, even though there are challenges there, is all about like progressing and working through stuff and triumphing. So I need that, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm watching one. That's what I need right now, so that's what I'm doing. Don't judge me. What's next? Oh yeah, tech. So I just got myself a Samsung S20. If you follow me on Instagram, I have a partnership with them. They're not paying me to show you this phone right now. In fact, the partnership was only for the Samsung Galaxy Watch, which I don't have B-roll of, but if you check my Instagram, I just did a post on it wearing it with different outfits. But an interesting outcome, as a bonus, they gave me this phone. So again, this is not sponsored, but now I have an Android phone I can test out and try out. Okay, so here we are at the very end of the video. Most folks ain't gonna make it this far, so it's just you and me, okay? Let's talk about On Deck. You know I dropped those shoes a few months back with Side Collective. I have more collabs coming out this year, early next year, but I'm also making my own stuff. So what I decided to do with the On Deck Instagram page is make it like a participation, interactive design studio where we do it together. I know it's kind of crazy, it's kind of weird. I know you've probably never seen it before. We go live and do live design sessions where I'll just go on live for an hour or two. I'll be designing stuff and then y'all tell me, hey, put this color there, change that, do that, and I literally do it. Then I send those designs to whoever I'm partnering with or to my factory, and then we start getting stuff made. We look at it, see if we like it. It's a whole thing, okay? So if you want to be a part of the process, feel free to follow the Instagram page. I have a link down below in the description. It's a private page. I'm only letting a few people in at a time because I want it to feel special. I want to be community, family, building. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you did, I really, really appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.